Good. Live.
All right. I think we're live. We're live. All right. I think we're live. All right. Hello, everybody. Looks like we got 3 viewers so far. This is the Monday night live stream that normally happens over on Brett Vaughn's channel, Interviews, Stories, and Tales. But tonight I happen to be running it on the Hound on the Run YouTube channel. So thanks everybody for tuning in, and we're going to have a good time. We are joined by Chris Watson from Anecdote of a Houndsman, Uncle Papaw Jonny from Uncle Papaw Jonny, and of course Brett Vaughn, who we didn't know if was going to make it, but here he is live in the flesh, coming at you from New Mexico.
Barely. I made it. I don't know how long I can stay.
Well, we're glad you're here.
I don't have a lot of get up and go tonight.
It's all good. All right, so here we are. It looks like I already got a comment. We'll get to that in a little bit. But
where's the
how you doing, Chris? What's going on with you?
You know, I'm trying to look for the comments. Oh, there they are. Private chat. You got to go to the comments here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, it pops up on full screen too.
Oh, it does?
I think so on the side. Anyways.
Yeah, I'm on full screen. Can y'all still see me like normal?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
The new system, people, we got to be patient with us, but it's working.
All right, we got Missy in the house.
Oh, man, guys. It pops up big too.
Yeah.
Oh, did you put that in there?
That. I just did, yeah.
Oh, nice. Good deal. James Myers.
We got James Myers tuning in. Hello, Mr. James.
Louisiana Hunting. He found us.
Louisiana Hunting. Hey,
how come Missy didn't come on the night?
Because I wasn't organized enough
Send
to
her
invite her on.
Put a hat on, Missy.
We'll have her on. We'll have her on one of these times. Yeah. Anyway,
I just
been
bear hunting. That's all I've been trying to do.
Yeah, sounds like you've been losing some dogs.
Yeah, I'm not doing too good. So
what happened to your dogs, Chris?
Kicked off. Yeah, tell us that story.
So I went out early. They started trailing, and then came a big race, and I was on my mule trying to catch them back and forth, and the bear just kept. I didn't know what it was at first. A couple of the younger dogs were going, and I was like, I don't know. And every time I'd catch them, they'd be behind trying to trail the big dogs, and I just kind of watched them on the GPS and ran back and forth, and they kept trying to get to this one mountain. Every time I'd run at that road, I'd run down the road, my mule, and see if I could catch him coming across the road. And he would hear me or something and turn, and he'd go back up to another top of a mountain. After hours of trying to catch this, so I lost the GPS, went off on one of my dogs, and the other one I couldn't pick it up. So I projected, they're over here. I seen them here. I heard them here. I picked the other one dogs way over here. So I kind of tried to project. Those dogs probably ran all the way out, puppies. They'd lost it. Now they're just running wild. So, man, I ran around for hours trying to find them. Then I had a birthday party to go to. And I have the GPS, the super GPS collars with my phone number on it. So those always work. Those are the best GPS. If you don't have numbers on your dog, you're dummy.
Pure analog GPS.
Pure analog GPS. So I looked around them for a while, went to a birthday party, came back out. I couldn't pick him up. I hit every high point I could get to, I just needed a drop. So all you had to do was drop. I even hooked my Garmin up to my 102-inch whip antenna, just see if just something, and couldn't get nothing. Drove around. And then my son calls me. He says, hey, guy called me. I think he has Lucy 10 miles away. So I had to go all the way over there, pick her up. And I thought she made it that far, but I guess they had picked her up right where I was. I had drove around, and I just she's the one her collar turned off. It's an old DC-30. I think it died, or I didn't turn it on. I don't know. So I got her picked up, and he said, kind of funny because a lot of people's dogs it's hard to catch them. And my dogs aren't so hard to catch. And
that's good.
they had her in the house on the couch and feeding her, and she just spoiled. They had picked her up there, but a guy was out there poaching oak, cutting green oak, and she had been following him around. And they pulled up, and the guy's like, "Oh, I don't know, that dog has been beat, and it's snipping at me." And the lady, older lady, was like, "I don't know what dog he's talking about. That dog laid on my lap all day, all the way home." So I got her picked up, went back out, went out midnight, whatever. I said, "Well, she's gonna go somewhere. Someone will." So I'm like, I just picked up the family in the morning. I woke her, but I'm like, "Let's just go. We'll all go." And so we went out, and on my way out there, a guy called me and said, "Hey, I have your dog." And where they camped, there's no service, and they found her at like 8:30, 9. So I bet you, I stopped where I parked and called her. So they found her at 8:30, and I was there at about 8:15 before that other guy called, and I left. So she was probably right there somewhere. And then I drove off, and she's probably like, "F you, hate your guts," but the same thing. They picked her up, fed her, said, "I don't want to put her outside on a chain all night." So we just put her in the front seat of the truck. The guy was like,
That's a bold move.
Yeah. And she's all, "You really want to put that?" So they put her in there, and she started howling,
Oh boy.
but I guess she just curled up, laid down, and that was the end of it. So, but they're all sore footed. They didn't burn holes in their pads, but they got a couple little rips, not rips, just where it wore through a little. They did some running. So, I think I went back and forth in a square mile, 8 miles, just trying to catch them and in and out. And my old mule's like, you can't put me up for 2 months and get on me, you fat lard. So, but she did pretty good. Don't be yawning, Brett.
Man.
You wore out.
What's going on with you, Brett? You had a pretty awesome video you just posted. Everyone needs to go check that out.
Thank you.
Pulling on the heartstrings, brother.
It's a little personal.
It's a good one.
But truth.
What was it called? I Ain't Dead Yet.
I ain't dead yet. And that's kind of was my thoughts on it, because I sat around, felt sorry for myself for a long time, didn't do nothing. I thought, well, no, I'm dead yet. I better go do something.
You finally said,
"I'm
"I'm
tired
done
from
with
riding Agnes
Strenuous.
on those little boulder fields or whatever, breaking your teeth."
Oh yeah, it hurts your teeth to ride through those. I mean, it's just it
bouncing around.
It's not just a groomed trail, so you're going through there and the feet's rolling on rocks and stuff. But Agnes, she's as good a mule as a guy would want for what I do. I mean, she's no ball of fire. She's not going to just, walk too fast. She walk. I mean, you can pedal her a little bit and get her to step out, but most of the time, you don't need that while you're hunting the hounds in the country. You need them to have enough time to find something.
Man, you said it right on the money too when you pull them mules out to go, and they want to. They're like they're out of alignment. They try to go right or left, try to go back to the
every single time. And you wonder, she's never been allowed to turn around and go back. Never. Matter of fact, if you start fighting me about it, we'll further. I mean, I just make them go further. And but every single time, it's just like, I might be able to get away with this time, so I'm going to try. But never do.
I had a horse
that
that done
only
that, Brett. If you left out of their field and wanted to ride around the rest of the farm, she would try her best to turn you back to go back to the pasture field.
Yeah. She's. I mean, and it's not. It like it was exactly like Chris says. They come out of alignment. I mean, just walking crooked and bowing that shoulder out like that, just thinking, I can make this happen. And but no,
I had a horse that would limp. She would limp, and then I'm like, "No, we're going." Got me a couple times. I know, who's that guy? I like him.
Big Show Productions. That's what you call it. The Nicholas interviewed.
I don't think
it's gotta
so.
be.
I don't know who this is. I want to,
That's
though.
Joy Dog Food. Joy Dog Food.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What's his name?
Oh, he's coming in all
Hey, I'm
incognito.
old.
I know.
I'm old.
Josh?
You better say your
Kings?
name.
Yeah.
I think that's
You got
Josh.
busted
Big Show
out.
Productions.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Hey, Josh. What's up, buddy?
He got busted
He
out.
did a live a long time ago on my Born 100, and
Oh,
I
yeah?
was just trying it out. I didn't announce it or anything. Turn it on. He showed up. He came on, and I used him as a guinea pig. Tried to learn how to do it.
Nice.
Brett,
I'm sure.
I thought y'all
Go
were
ahead,
gonna
Jonny.
get online when you hit that water. I really did. I thought, man, they'll get online now.
Oh, at that little I call them Tanakas. That little.
Little watering hole.
Yeah. There's. I've trailed to. That's how I found most of those, is trailing to them. And there's I probably know of about 6 of those out across that desert that hold water regularly. And there's a couple that have water year round. And the only way I found them was by trailing to them. It's pretty cool. Like I said in the video, it's pretty special to find water out there in that desert.
Not a lot out there.
No, usually it's some little piece of private where they have a windmill and a stock tank. Yeah, well, there's not many windmills left anymore. It's all solar.
It is all solar. I used to like those jack pumps because you could run those by hand and get some water pumping a little bit.
Pump them out, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Plus, I put my kids on top of them and see who fell off. I got them going really fast.
Strap them down.
Mm-hmm. What about you? Where's all our cooking videos?
I've just been busy with.
Look at that. He looks down and looks away because he feels bad.
You know what he did?
He's just being late.
No, he looked down and he brushed the crumbs off his belly just now.
I've been, trying to get started back on this new job and trying to get some stuff going. And my wife's over looking at me, but I've got one video I need to put together where we went and ate at the Daniel Boone Inn, because I want to do just a little short on it about what it is and what we got there. And it's going to be all voiceover. I've got some pictures. Do all voiceover on it. So.
You know what, John?
What's that?
Consistency.
I know. I feel like when I can get to this file and get some more wild game to work with, and I'm going to do a lot better, because it seems like that's what everybody really likes, is where I started with the wild game.
Yeah.
And that type of stuff. That's what I want to get back to. And of course, I'm going to try to get a deer harvested here during the first part of bow season before I head out there and try to make some jerky. Homemade jerky on that smoker. And I want to get into later this fall, when it gets cold enough, to try to salt preserve another ham, salt cure some more deer hams.
That'd be cool.
But I think I know what I done wrong last time, and I think I know how to fix all that. So I want to try that again. I'm interested in what the old timers did years ago.
Oh, yeah.
To be able to have food and preserve food with things that we've lost. Generations have lost stuff, and I've had people tell me it's impossible to cure deer ham. I've had people tell me, "Oh, you got to do this, you got to do that," and I'm like, "No, I don't think so. I don't think our ancestors did that." So we'll try that. I really want to get on a bear this year, because I found a recipe for a wet cure, a wet brine, and then smoking a bear ham that I really want to try.
Well, when you come out here and you get your lion, make sure you cut the loins out of it and back straps.
Oh, I'm going to take I'm going to bring it.
Drop it off at Brett's.
I'm going to bring every ounce of meat back with me. And do
that. I don't know about
videos.
I don't know. The back straps are nice.
You don't like the hams and the shoulders?
That's getting pretty close to the cat parts.
That's cat. It's all cat. I want to try I've got a recipe in my mind I want to try, and I'm gonna call it Sesame Kitten
Oh boy.
instead of Sesame Chicken. I want to call it Sesame Kitten. So
It'd be good.
I want
That's
to try that.
I don't know, man. Who are you going to serve that to? That's what I want to know.
I'll eat it myself.
There you go.
I'll eat it myself.
I don't know if you're going to really sell anyone on it that way.
What, Sesame Kitten?
Yeah.
You know,
Clever.
there's a lot of things that people won't eat that I know that our ancestors eat. And I have one of my favorite things to eat, and it's hard to get in this area. And we quit doing the process to get this product several years ago before I learned how to do it that way. And that's cutting bulls into steers and making mountain oysters.
Oh yeah, I love them.
Mountain oysters are delicious.
Oh yeah,
I love them.
People here don't want to eat them. They don't want to talk about it.
Really?
I'm like, guys, I was the same way. It's that thought of what that organ is. But the first time I seen them being fixed was at a pig picking event for a wedding party. They had the reception, and then all the close friends and family were invited back to their house for a pig picking. And my wife told me they were going to have them. So I'm not eating them nasty things. Well, I got back and there were people fighting for them as they were coming out of the deep fryer. And I'm like, I got to try that. So I tried it and I loved it. That's one of my first stops when I get out west is going to be in Amarillo and go to the big Texan steakhouse there and get me an order of them. So
nice.
Yeah, they're good.
I've only eaten testicles once, but they're pretty tasty.
To have them over the fresh at the Brandon, run them through a piece of baling wire and hang them in the fire. Where you're heating up the irons.
Yeah, just do an open roast like that.
Yeah, but they're I mean, my brother-in-law, of course, he's on a big ranch farm up in Nevada, and I mean, he puts up bunches of them. I mean, there's no telling how many calves they castrate every year.
I've got a buddy that does it. I got a buddy that does a lot of cutting, and I told him here the other day, I said, I was at his farm helping him out, and I said, that steer up there, I said, I noticed him. I said, it looks like he's just been cutting the last couple of days. And he said he has. And I said, what do you do with them? And he said, throw them away. And I'm like, start saving them. He said, you really want them? I said, yes, I want them. Start saving them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I seen Keith Warren. I seen one of his hunting videos, and he was at, of course, a whitetail outfitter, and he was fixing whitetail testicles on the grill. And most of the guys wouldn't even try them, and he said, "Y'all can not try them if you want to." He said, "I'm going to eat every one of them." And he said they were delicious. So I mean, I've started to save some, and last year I saved the ones off that buck I killed. But it was so hot that day, and time I got the buck back here to the house, and the truck bed was hot, and I laid him over the truck bed, I was almost afraid to try them, because they got hot.
Yeah, just cook them. Make sure they're well done.
I just didn't know, so I didn't. So,
well, that's why you feed them to your friends first.
Oh, okay.
Missy agrees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my parents raise Icelandic sheep, and I've helped them butcher a couple of them, and we ate the ram testicles. They were pretty tasty. Like I wasn't expecting the texture to be so good. You know what I mean?
The one, what I will compare the texture of the ones that I have had here. Now maybe they weren't fixed right. Was that of a scallop?
Yeah, very similar. Yep.
So that's the reason I figured that the name is mountain oysters or Rocky Mountain oysters because of that texture.
Yep. All right. So I invited another guest to come on tonight. So let's get him on the stream.
Did he show up?
And only. Yeah, he's here. He's here.
Yeah.
The one and only Ben Sheets of Tree Talkin Media podcast. So how's it going, Ben?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Doing pretty good.
Good.
Just talking about nuts,
I caught
Yeah.
that.
You like them, Ben?
No,
Oh,
not a very adventurous eater by any means, and that's something I think I'll steer clear of for the time being, at least.
You know, if you didn't know what they were and someone snuck them in on you, you probably wouldn't even bother you. But
years ago, the MTV, if any of y'all remember that ever watched any of that when we were younger, the show Road Rules, I think it was, they had those guys meet, and they met there at the Big Texan Steakhouse, and that's one of the things that brought them out was the Rocky Mountain oysters. And them guys were just chowing down, but they were going to town on those. I think they had 2 or 3 plates of them. And then they found out what they were, and they were all like, of course, they were all city kids, so they were all like, oh, gross. Can't believe you fed that.
After they ate them.
Yeah.
Would you ever eat a bear testicle?
I'd try it. Wouldn't bother me.
You would?
Yeah, I'd try it. I mean, got to make sure it's well done. I'd hate to get trichinosis from a bear testicle. I mean, that would be a bad way.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be
a little
fun.
sketchy. Do you have to worry about that when you're making the bear hams? But
You
I guess
gotta-
you're fully
Any
cooking
bear,
them, right?
any bear.
Any bear meat, you
Bear.
got to make sure you get that temperature above, is it 165 for so many minutes?
Yeah,
Mhm.
a lot of people get scared to. That's why they overcook bear. You'll see a lot of people
Yeah.
just burn it down.
Mhm.
I don't burn it, but I make sure it's done.
I had an 83-year-old.
pork.
Had an 83-year-old cowboy. We killed a bear, and he walks up and he takes his knife and he cuts a piece off. Says, "I never had it." I said, "Don't eat that." And
Oh
he
my God.
threw that raw meat in his mouth and ate it.
Oh,
I
no.
said,
What happened to him?
Nothing. It didn't have trichinosis. Obviously, that bear
Jeez.
was negative. Luckily,
That's crazy.
I
Clean
told him.
like
I
a
said,
clean eating bear.
no, it was quick. It was quick. He walked up, cut a piece off, threw it in his mouth. I said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa!"
If I said the bear was a clean eater, apparently he was a clean
Ah,
eating bear. He
maybe.
got clean.
Maybe. So he's just
Not
an
smart.
old cowboy, 83 years old, still out there riding.
They say it's been totally eliminated pork now.
Yeah.
Used to,
They
you know, you
say
could
that.
get trick from pork, but it's gone.
They
Coons
say
have
that
it too, right?
I'm not tempting the fate.
No, I wouldn't either.
I cook mine pretty good. I don't check temperature. I just cook it good.
Mhm.
So
Okay, moving on. I wanted to have Ben on because he is heading down to Autumn Oaks, and I believe you're going to be doing something with Full Cry. Tell us about that.
Yes. So I'm gonna have a booth at Full Cry. Unlike a lot of the other podcasts that are going to be in the media center, I'm going to be outside because I'll be selling subscriptions to Full Cry. I have some of my own hats, t-shirts, stickers, and stuff like that as well. So be
Nice.
somewhere outside. I don't really know where. In a tent somewhere.
So,
yeah.
okay, I mentioned that you're going to Autumn Oaks, and Ben and Johnny, Chris and Johnny, like didn't even know what I was talking about. So could you fill us in on what Autumn Oaks is?
The Autumn Oaks is probably, if it's not the largest, it'd be the second largest. I don't know. Autumn Oaks and Grand American would be the 2 largest coon hound events of the year. And Autumn Oaks is Labor Day weekend. Grand American is the first weekend after the new year. Autumn Oaks is in Richmond, Indiana. Grand American is in Orangeburg, South Carolina. They're both UKC licensed events. You know, they have bench shows, night hunts, but they're bigger than the world. There's lots of vendors. Basically, if you're a coon hunter and you want anything, you can find it at Autumn Oaks. So lights, like all your light manufacturers, all the different briar-proof clothing companies, coon squallers, dog boxes, dog houses. There's a bunch of people bring dogs to sell. There's a dog barn with a bunch of hounds in it. I don't know what else. It's a little bit of everything.
Nice.
And I know what Grand American was. I know what it was. I've got a friend that goes there every year. So.
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing.
And you're not running any dogs in it, right? You're just going for the show convention kind of deal.
Mhm.
Right on.
No, I don't have a dog worth taking to my local coon club, yet alone taking to Autumn Oaks.
I mean, because it's kind of it's a competition hunt, but then it's like a big convention. So, and it takes a lot of, you got to win a lot in order to get there, or how does that work?
No, you can take whatever. You just pre-enter. You can take registered dogs. In order to get to the Grand 16, you have to be a Grand Night champion.
Gotcha.
So, but otherwise, you can take any Grand Night. There's no qualifying. It's not like the World that you have to go to an RQE and qualify for. It's open. I mean, it's like I said, it's all pre-register. I'm pretty sure, but otherwise, it's open to whoever wants to come. It's probably the largest bench show of the year. Like I said, it's funny. The World Hunt is in a couple weeks, and granted, I've never been to the World Hunt, but from what I've heard from other people, this is significantly larger. You give bigger crowds, you have all the vendors. Where like at the World Hunt, you don't have that. People show up to the World Hunt to hunt and show, and that's about it. Where this, you have a lot of random people coming, like passerbys, and like I said, people to watch, and
more like a rendezvous.
Kind of, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, my friend Charlie, well, your friend as well, who was on the live stream, he's going to be there. I don't know if he wants me saying this, but he's going to be there with Garmin because he works there. And so everyone should go harass him. And
he's nervous.
Update all. Yeah, I think he's going to be updating people's collars and everything. That sounds like a nightmare. I would not.
I'd go
do that
just to get my collars updated.
Like, I'll tell you what, that Garmin booth stays busy all day long.
Oh, sure. Yeah, he's gonna get run ragged.
And
I got one of the brand new. I'm sorry. Speaking of collars, I had a brand new one just quit working.
Oh no.
Is that pretty common? Since we got a Garmin here.
Is that the 25 or the 15?
I don't know. It's the newest ones they got.
Probably the 25s, huh? Huh, Nick?
The new ones are the 25s.
Yeah.
Do you have any of the 25s, Brett?
I've got 6 of them, I think.
He has the 300. You ordered it all at once.
I ordered everything at once.
So it's probably the 25s.
Oh, you probably got the TT15Xs.
They're the ones that have the real long battery life.
Yeah, you got the X, but they look like the TT15s, right?
Yeah, they go around the dog's
neck. They look identical. Well, the brand new ones.
They all look the same to me.
I know.
It looks the same. It'd be a 15X. It looks smaller.
It makes a different noise when you start it.
This one, the new ones, and it's like more of like a mini. It's a smaller body on it.
Has lights on the corners.
Yeah, it's got different colored lights on it. Pretty fancy.
Well, so what's the big thing about those? What makes those special?
There's Charlie in the chat.
You
can hear me talking about them. They are basically very similar battery life. They do dynamic tracking, which also helps with the battery life. So instead of every 2.5 seconds or every 5 seconds, it will basically record a track point when something happens. So like if the dog changes speed, it records a track point. If it goes up in elevation, changes direction, then it records a track point. So if the dog just stay in one spot, it's not just needlessly recording all these track points. So
I just keep mine on 2 minutes. I keep mine on 2 minutes anyway. I don't need to know what they're doing every 2.5 seconds.
It's kind of like what my DC-30s do, ain't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. Pretty much exactly the same. You're right.
Yeah, I figured.
So mine are the TT15s, you're saying?
X. Yeah, you got the TT15Xs. This is a good point. BB here said, oh wait, yeah, no, you have, yeah, I think you got to get a bigger battery or something for longer battery life. That's not the one I meant to click though. This is the one. They're user serviceable. So more like they're way easier to replace the antenna, the GPS antenna, the battery. They're very easy to work on, so which is good because then you don't have to buy brand new ones when you break them.
It's not communicating with the handheld. So, I mean, it comes on, but it's not communicating with the handheld. Is that an e-fix or is that?
If it's a 25, then you could replace the GPS strap. If it's a 15X, you can't.
Right. Have you updated them?
What's that? No, I
I
haven't.
know you have
updated them.
plenty of computer power, Brett. I know you have the right computer power. So
I dedicated all being able to make a video. That's all I got. There's nothing left in me.
you gotta get Garmin Express on your computer and just hook it up.
Just hook it up and it'll update. I mean, it's just follow the prompts. It's easy.
Yeah, Louisiana Hunting says you may need to connect it to your computer. That
I
is
need to bring.
exactly
That's what
you
I need to do is just take them in and just hook them all up and up them.
Book a flight
see.
to Indiana, go to Autumn Oaks, find
Yeah.
Charlie, just have him do it. That's the easiest way that you're going to get this done.
Yep.
I got a buddy I always took mine to. Said, "Here, update this for me."
Yeah.
I think the last time I updated mine, that's what I did. Because I have a Mac and the TT15s don't like Mac.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
So I gave mine to a buddy that used to work at Gundog Supply. And I was like, here, you know how to do this.
That was the problem I had before with updating them is I have all Macs and I don't have any Windows machines and you couldn't update through the Mac.
Well, the new TT25s and the 300s connect to your Wi-Fi automatically without even using a computer.
Oh, wow.
So they can
But
update.
the TT,
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
the
without a
TT15s won't do it though.
No. That was one of the upgraded things about the 25s.
So do they?
And those suckers are about $300.
Sorry, Brett.
No, that's all right. What?
Do they update automatically then, or do you have to do something to update them?
If you have them hooked to your Wi-Fi at your house and you bring your collars in, yeah, they'll hook up automatically. And they'll update.
You have your handheld unit hooked to your Wi-Fi?
Mm-hmm.
Or
You can, yeah.
and then it'll route them correctly to update.
Well,
But it doesn't matter if I have the TT15s. I got it. And these new collars, what do they cost? $300 a piece?
The 15X
Something like
and
that.
the 25s are the same. It's like $340, $350.
Jeez Louise.
Whatever. They're all the same. The 15s, if you can find them, are like $300, I think. But I want to say the 25s and the $350 is what Charlie just said. Yep.
With your money, Brett, it don't matter.
Yeah, some of the dumbest things I've ever heard was $300 collar on a $10 dog.
I've gotten some dogs back for the express purpose of it had a collar on.
I've hiked into some terrible places just to get the collar, man.
Exactly.
Like, dude.
If it was just a dog, I'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll just throw a blanket on the ground. Maybe he'll come back.
Right on. So any interesting podcast episodes from you lately, Ben, that we need to know about? Any favorites?
Here, let me look at my calendar here. Who's up? Last
You've
week
been hit.
was good friends of mine, Chris and Aaron Dove. They're bear hunters from West Virginia.
Cool.
They
Oh yeah,
bring-
that was a good one.
I want you to know that I listen to your podcast. It comes out. I listen to it about 2:00 in the morning because
Yeah.
I go to sleep. I go to bed typically around 7:30 or 8:00 at night, but I'll wake up at 2:00 and
Okay.
I'll be up for 30 minutes or an hour, and I'll listen to your podcast in the middle of the night.
Yep, that's when it publishes at midnight here. So
Yeah, and I listen to it in the middle of the night.
Where are you located at, Ben?
Southeast PA. Not a hound hunting friendly place at all.
Not too far. Not too far from me, but yeah.
Where are you at?
I'm in southwestern Virginia,
Okay.
near the Tennessee line.
You're probably about 8, 9 hours.
How many?
8 or 9 hours.
I didn't think it was that far.
Mhm.
I got
So
family.
I'm on 81.
I got family that lives around Stewartsburg.
See, I'm between Baltimore and Philadelphia, so I got to get over to 81, which takes about 2 hours, and then straight down 81.
Yeah, see, I'm right on 81.
Mhm.
So I mean, well, I live 5 miles.
Uh-oh.
When does your hunting season start, Ben?
Our coon season comes in like the third weekend in October. So I think this
Man.
year, the 21st. But we have we can run year round for coon.
Oh, nice. Cool.
So I'm one of those people that does not like summer hunting, and I
Does it get pretty dang hot there?
It's more humid than hot. I mean, we get hot.
Okay.
It's real humid.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest problem here.
Yeah, we've had a very, very hot and dry summer. Like it just rained like a tiny bit 2 or 3 nights ago. And for the first time, it felt like 3 months. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. And the problem here is that, in the wet season, everything grows like crazy. So that's just creating like fire, fuel.
Yeah.
And so then once it gets dry, everything catches on fire.
Mhm.
They're terrible. And I think I haven't paid attention to it because I'm like, I'm not going out there right now. But a lot of the woods are get closed down, so you can't even access anything because of fire danger.
Mm-hmm.
They opened it up for us over here in Arizona finally.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Was everybody on their phones?
Apparently.
Oh, Brett's back. I need him. Yeah,
Sorry
everyone's
about
on their
that.
phones, like little high schoolers.
No, I'm not gonna lie.
That
I went in there.
was my 88-year-old mom. When she calls me, I answer.
Oh, I bet. That's awesome. How's she doing?
She's doing good. She's wondering because she hadn't been able. Tell you what, I was supposed to have that procedure today, and we didn't want to say anything to her because she worried. She just and it's nothing major. It's just a deal, and we don't want her to worry about what's going on. So nobody told her. She never calls me. She's called me 3 times today, and she doesn't know a word, but she just intuition. It's amazing.
The motherly intuition. I believe it.
I know. But anyway,
I went in there to do something else, but my daughter-in-law made the corn with the mayonnaise and all that on it. And I took a bite and I ate the whole thing real quick and ran back in. I'm not gonna lie. And she made carne asada tacos too. So
oh boy.
And my daughter says, "Well, just take it in there and eat it." But it's corn, it's mayonnaise and beard. It don't go together. I couldn't stop. It's white corn too. It's good, really good.
So you like roll it in the mayo and then hit it with some like
cooks
chili
it.
powder and stuff, or what?
Yeah. She cooks it in the oven or whatever. Then she made some like meat tacos, carne asada kind of style. Made some guacamole. I literally ate a taco on that whole piece of corn in the last 3 minutes. So
Good job. It's impressive.
I had
Professional
to eat
eater
it for
over
my daughter. Ate it all.
That's funny.
Cody Lynn's an eater.
oh, it says I gotta connect to join the live chat.
Oh yeah, you have to connect into your Facebook
To be able
Oh.
to join your YouTube
Mm-hmm.
to join in the
And
chat.
yeah, can you guys see the comments other than the ones
I
I've been
can
putting
see
on the
it,
screen?
not on
Comments.
full screen, but yeah.
Okay. Lively comment section as always. Much appreciated.
So Labor Day weekend over there, or this weekend's going to be packed.
Yep.
Was it Labor? Yeah, Labor
This
Day.
weekend.
Labor Day?
Well, it's actually like they do warm-up events, so it starts today, actually.
Oh, when are you going over there?
I'm leaving Wednesday.
Gotcha. So warm up events. What is?
Oh,
A
yeah.
whole week?
It'll be warm. And people camp out and RVs and tents and
So it's kind of a NASCAR for Houndsman.
Oh, that's funny.
So
NASCAR.
Ben froze up.
yeah, it froze up. There you go. He's back. He's back now. You froze up for a second there.
Me?
No, Ben.
Oh,
oh, okay. Yeah, it like you said, it's kind of like a NASCAR event. Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, it's a rendezvous. It's kind of a good description for it. There's a lot of people that just go just to go and hang out.
Yeah.
And they meet people there and just hang out all week. Camp out there on the grounds, and so
it's the warm-ups start today.
yeah. So
when does it end?
There'll be a hunt every night this week, and then
Wow.
the Grand 16, the final four will be. Well, they'll have the Grand 16 on Saturday night, and then turn around and have a final four that'll go out after that for a late round. So early Sunday morning, probably about 5 a.m. is when that hunt will be, and then I think 8 or 9 o'clock they have a ceremony and all that on Sunday morning.
So how many people show up to this or in the actually compete?
I honestly don't know.
Is it hundreds?
Hundreds.
Oh yeah. Especially the show. The bench show is huge. And
Yeah,
there's
that's all.
multiple. So, and there's different hunts. Like I said, you've got all these warm-up hunts all week long. So they're all different. They're all their own sanctioned hunt. And then Thursday night you have the duels. So if they are a night champion, at least a night champion, at least a bench champion, I believe. And then in order to participate in that, they have to show and hunt. So that's Thursday night. And Friday night is when all the Grand Knights hunt against each other to try and get into the top 16. So
Yeah.
I want to go. I'm planning on going out there next year.
you should have had a plane ticket.
I know. I was talking with Ben.
Jeez.
I almost impulsively bought a plane ticket and was just going to go. And then I was just going to knock on his hotel room door and, ask nicely to sleep on the floor.
Well,
but it's too, I waited too long. When I first looked, the plane tickets were like $250 round trip. Now they're like 800.
Mm-hmm.
So I just waited too long.
I believe it.
Cheaper to drive.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, get your little Prius.
Yeah, there you go.
So me and Charlie were talking the other day. I said, that's why my poor rear end stays at home most of the time. I said, it's too expensive to travel.
Yeah, you gotta I don't know. My little Nissan gets like 16 in the woods, which is not terrible, but not great either.
Yeah. They say international travel's up 29% since COVID.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Louisiana Hunting said you need a moped.
Yeah,
You like
definitely.
Dumb and Dumber.
Drive the Automox on a moped. I will make sure you have a place to stay.
Hey, there's a company that makes a dog box motorcycle trailer. And I thought it'd be pretty sweet to get like one of those like BMW Enduro kind of deals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Except for you'd be just soaking wet hunting. It wouldn't be a lot of fun because you'd just be soaking wet the entire time here, but probably save some money on gas.
I'm sure you would.
Man, you got it these days. Crazy.
Yeah, film it. That would make some good YouTube content. Riding a moped to Autumn Oaks with a dog box trailer.
With a dog box trailer, yeah.
So you got dogs, Ben?
I do. I have a couple leopards. Whether you call those curs or hounds is up to you. UKC says they're hounds, but if you look at them, they look like a cur dog.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
they identify as curs.
Well, if you look at them, you'd be hard pressed to find anybody that's been in hounds and be like, "Yeah, that's a good hound dog." Most
just tell us the pronouns. We'll get it.
Yeah,
I said ears. One's got a bobtail, and then I've got a half leopard, half plot, and everyone swears he's a red bone. And then, which actually somebody just reshared a photo of mine on Instagram. It was like talking about red bone coonhounds, and I was like, "That's not a red bone." But,
oh, that's funny. Oh wait, was it that cat hunter
Yep.
page? Oh, that was your dog?
Yeah, the dog trees
so
is my
funny.
dog, and like I said, he's not a red bone, has no red bone in him.
Hilarious.
But he's red.
He is red.
Mhm.
And then I've got a little Faulkner cur, which is a black and white cur dog out of from Wisconsin. She's about a year old.
Speaking of bobtails, I got to cut. I got to dock some tails.
You do like
I usually
3
do
quarters.
that 3 days, but I'm not there till this weekend. But I'll just have my 9-year-olds do it or something.
Sounds
do
like a
it.
bad idea.
No, they give parvo shots.
They know how to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you know, I got the masculators, the
Oh, okay.
small pair, like for goats and stuff.
Hmm.
Just a little pair of masculators.
Oh, that's all you do?
Oh yeah,
Just
I
band
just chop them off and no, I don't band them. I just cut them off.
Oh, what's an emasculator? I don't know anything. What's an
Says
emasculator?
Berdeenser is the rubber band.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I've used those before, and it's terrible.
Yeah, I don't like the rubber band. You know, I banded a steer or a bull one time, and it got real infected. I ended up having to just cut them, and it was horrible. I had to heat up a knife, burn it, cauterize it because it started bleeding. It was real bad.
You didn't do it in the right moon phase.
Yeah, well, it wasn't mine. I just went over and helped. That band started cutting through it and didn't go all the way through. Like the band wasn't. Maybe it's too big. I don't know.
Well, you didn't cut off all the circulation. So
yeah, so it was eating through it. You know, cut through it, but it was like one little vein pushing some blood through there, and we ended up having to just throw it down and cut it.
Was it those little bitty green bands?
Yeah.
Was it a pretty good sized steer? Or?
Shit, this was 10 years ago. Yeah, it was decent size, but it wasn't.
See, they make and that's what I was getting to a while ago when we were having our food discussion, that we got away from that style because we went to band and everything. And they make a band now that you can band a set like that big around.
Yeah.
We banded everything for years just because it's a whole lot easier.
Blackbeard Candle says, Ben, that was a great episode with the fella that hunts those curs on big game out west. I would happen to agree with that. Was a very good episode.
Was that Daryl Fry?
So that's what I was gonna say. I've had Daryl Fry. I've had I forget the guy's name off. Perry something. He has Wyoming mountain curs.
How about Cal Allen?
I've been trying to get Cal to come on, but he's been.
I got a video where Bruce Kennedy interviewed him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've made it. I don't think I've pushed it out yet or published it yet.
No, I'd like to get Cal on. James, my dogs don't.
Daryl's super good guy. I mean,
I know.
Really good guy.
I don't know if you caught it. I had him on again not too long ago.
I think I missed that one. I need to go back and see if I can listen to it.
He came to visit his son, and I actually just randomly called him. It was like on a Monday,
Really?
and I called him up, and he's like, "Yeah, when I get home from traveling." And I was like, "When?" "When do you think you'll be coming to see your son?" Because I know his son lived in PA, and he's like, "That's actually where I'm headed now." So I said, "Well, if it fits into your schedule," I said, "I don't want to take a lot of time from your family, but I'd love to come up and meet you and record this in person if you're okay with that." He goes, "Yeah, that should be fine." So that was Monday. Saturday morning, I got up at 5:00 and I drove to his son's house, which is about 3 hours from here, and sat down and spent 6 hours at his son's house just shooting the breeze.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's cool. He's got isn't it that striker blood that he's got? Yep. That's good.
Yeah.
Make really good lion hounds or lion dogs.
Ben, does any of your leopards have blue eyes?
Nope. I do not like blue eyes.
Why not?
I just don't. I think they're ugly.
Oh,
don't look too close at me.
Discriminative.
Yeah, you're gonna hurt Brett's feelings.
Calm down, Brett.
I got brown eyes. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, and the question of the evening.
Yeah. Where's
George?
He was here.
He was here right before we went live.
I think George caught 25 bears today, and he's tired.
Yeah. He had a dog in the front seat. Yeah. I'm just trying to catch one, and I'd lose 2 dogs.
That's what I wanted to know on our group chat, and you never did answer it.
What?
Were you sore at George because he wasn't going to be able to make it tonight, or were you sore because he's catching bears?
No, I told him. He's not even allowed on. We kicked him off because he caught too many bears.
Yeah, he said that he treated a sow and 2 cubs, and then he had a dog solo bayed up on a bear for like 12 hours or something.
Yeah, said he got her off. It was 5:30 when he said he just had got her off, and she'd been on it. Since
She'd been
6
treated by herself.
Yeah, he sent a text saying he might not make it because he's trying to get his dog.
Well, he said bayed, so I wonder if she had walked with that bear all day long.
Maybe.
Oh wow!
I can't imagine one dog holding a bear bayed up. But
Well, they don't hold them; they just walk along. Some of them big bears, you have 10 dogs on them. They don't care. They just walk along like they're not even behind them, like there's flies flying around them.
well, when I had mine, my favorite walker pup that I sent to Eastern North Carolina, where they got them monster bears on there, and I showed you guys pictures of it. His first year that they hunted him down there, him and a plot dog stayed on a bear for like 5 hours by themselves, and they said it was bayed.
Wow.
You talking about George showing videos from last year?
Yeah.
That's
His
'cause
one he just put up, I think, was from September 2022. So we won't actually see the video of today's hunt until like 2025. We'll have a new president by then.
That's because he was not wanting to put videos. That's all he had, and then he told Brett he had 33 videos.
33 videos of catching
Brett said,
bears that
"Put
he
'em
hadn't even
on."
put up. I said, what are you waiting for?
So
He's just too humble, man. He's way
I
too
think that's
humble.
all our fault. We talked him into it.
George is a humble guy. I mean, you hit the nail on the head right there. George, hey,
What
are you
in the
getting
world?
fed?
I was testing coleslaw.
Jeez.
Oh,
Well, turn off your
A little bit.
camera. We don't want to look at it.
You're talking crap about you.
George.
You guys are just jealous you can't make coleslaw like I can.
Oh, what?
Oh, man. Sounds like we got a cooking competition in the works.
He's the cook.
Arizona people probably don't even know what real coleslaw is.
Oh, he can't. She can't hear you. He said you don't even know what real coleslaw is.
Yeah,
Because
you're
you're in
right.
Arizona.
It's out the bag.
It's out the bag.
It's actually
What's your
what is
secret
it?
recipe?
More mayonnaise?
She's asking me what it needs. A little bit more mayonnaise.
Honestly,
Like one more jar.
when I make it, I cheat too because I'm not as good as my mother. My mother,
Yeah,
my mother does from scratch. I buy, and I guess you pronounce the name Moretz. I buy the Moretz coleslaw dressing, and I doctor it up a little bit. It's really good. And I doctor it up a
Dang,
little
shame to the family right there. Your mama mad right now.
bit. Hey, no, she's not. She knows what I do, but hey, if I need some, and she's got time to do it, hey, Mama, you make me some coleslaw.
That's
I'm
my
not ashamed to admit that.
You want to answer that?
that's
Chris?
my bear hunting daughter that don't go bear hunt with me because she got a job. Poor people. Jobs are for poor people.
And you're telling me.
Oh,
They're for suckers. That's what you mean.
yep. Nope. She's my bear hunting buddy, really. So she knows how to run the dogs.
Nick, that's a line. That's a line from The Bronx Life. Do you know that movie?
No.
Y'all know that movie?
Bronx Life?
The Bronx. I think it's called The Bronx Life. About the kid that grew up in the Bronx, and the mob was down below him, and he got to be friends with the kid. Got to be friends with a mob boss because he didn't rat him out for a murder, and that's what he tells his dad one night. I can't remember what the mob's boss name was, but he's right. The working man is a sucker. So
We're all
I'll
poor.
check it out.
We're
Yeah,
all
right
poor
there with you,
Louisiana, honey.
Louisiana. Yes, sir. You're in good company, my friend.
Yeah. Well, and not to add insult to injury, you got dogs. That makes you even more broke.
Yeah.
I know. See, I don't know. Am I the only one? Well, maybe Ben. Am I the only one here who has a 40-hour-a-week job, like a desk job?
40
Not
hours? 40 hours.
I,
That's 15
hey,
hours. I'm over
I get
50
paid for
hours.
40 hours.
what's a
Do you have a
desk
set
job?
schedule? Are you okay? Do you have a set schedule though?
I got there
Like
at 9 and left
8
at
to
1.
5? Yeah.
Me?
Because
No,
I
I'm a
feel like when I'm
subcontractor.
texting with you guys, I'll tell you, "Oh, I'm at work," and then
Mhm.
you'll say, "Well, can we do this now?" I'm like, "I just told you I'm at work."
Really?
It's like
Do
you don't
we wanna
understand
talk
the
about-
concept.
Do we want to talk about work today, Nicholas? On
Sure,
air,
let's
or
talk
just-
about it. Yeah, let's get into it.
How hard was that today to work?
Huh?
What,
That-
what'd
I
you
don't
do?
know if my boss is listening, so I can't tell what I was doing.
I know,
while I'm
that's
supposed to be
exactly
working.
what I said.
I'm lucky. I feel I'm lucky. I get to work from home 2 days a week. And
That's
let's
nice.
see I wish I could see the viewers, because literally if my boss is watching this, like, definitely not going to
Hey,
say what I'm about to
What about
say.
what about that friend of yours that stays home
Yeah,
and
but
works
it-
2 days a week?
Huh?
Don't you have a friend of a friend that does that?
I don't know.
I was trying to cover for you, buddy.
Oh,
Oh yeah. All right. Uncle.
John, is that your schedule?
that's a set schedule. I'm in red. That's my schedule
Wow.
for the year. Well, that's for the last part of this year. That's my schedule for the year. I'm in red. So I have a set schedule, but it's not an office job. I'm not smart enough to work in an office. I'm not.
I've been in
The
business
job-
for
the-
myself for 30 years.
I
and
just-
I just
I-
sold my business.
The
So
job
I'm
I just
retired.
left, I left it because I got tired of sitting in a chair 8 hours a day.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
me
I used
too.
to be a
Editing all my
freelancer,
videos
and that
at
was a
work.
rough way to make a living. The feast and famine cycles are real.
It's real when you're in business for yourself. I mean, I went through it forever. You just
Mm-hmm.
feast or famine. When you got
Well,
to work,
everybody wants to be their own boss on their own company.
when you got a lot of work, you got money to go do things, but you don't have time. When you have time to go do
Yep.
things, you're scared you're going to run out of money, and you don't have enough money
Mhm.
to go do things. So you just struggle the whole time. And
I work-
retire, you get sick, and you can't do nothing.
I worked for a trailer manufacturer, and they would work you to death.
Yeah.
And that's what they would tell you. If you needed a day off for vacation, hey, I need a vacation day for this day. We can't let you off. We've got to go. And they'd say, well, we're the reason you can do that. We're the reason you can go do that. And I'm like, no, literally, you're the reason I can't go do that, because you're refusing to let me have the day off. But
Right.
they would give tickets away to the Bristol racetrack. If you know anything about NASCAR, you've heard of Bristol. They'd give tickets away to Bristol racetrack, or the vendor that run the vending machines at the company would. And then the company would say, oh, we're going to work overtime that Saturday. You can't go to the racetrack.
They were fake. They were fake printed
Jeez.
out tickets, anyways.
Dangling the carrot, huh?
Oh, that's the way they did.
Hey, who's running Bear Hunting Magazine now? Is he talking about
Colby
the new guy, or the who?
Colby Moorhead.
Colby.
Oh
is
yeah, you're right. You're right. That was Clay's
Clay
partner,
Newcomb.
buddy, or whatever, right?
Yeah,
Like
Clay's
he
no
worked for
longer-
Clay, maybe.
He did.
Does Clay I thought he still ran that magazine, or no?
No,
He's
Colby.
I don't think so.
Does he
I
still
think
own it?
He's
was
Clay's
the
a
guy
meat
now.
eater boy.
Yep.
Yeah, he was
I-
a meat eater full time.
I don't think he's allowed to own it.
Oh, really?
Yep. Mr. Fancy Pants.
Meat eater must pay pretty good.
I would imagine.
You would hope so.
I mean, because he had to be doing good with Bear Hunt Magazine.
He's doing pretty good.
I think so.
know. I
He
don't know how
coulda-
he was doing. I mean, I'm sure it's
Well-
like anything else. I mean, he wasn't. Bear Magazine wasn't that big, was it?
Oh, it wasn't big, but he could have. He has a lot of views on his YouTube if he would have actually done his YouTube. He just did a little bit on it, But some
Well,
of
it's
his
typical
videos,
of a lot of those guys. I mean, they just that.
they start out.
Well, and I mean, he only had content, really good content every now and then he didn't
Yeah.
post anything up in between. So
Oh, and I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah,
he
doesn't
don't.
He had that video that was titled like the best bear hunting video in the world,
Oh,
or something. Or
Oh, yeah.
when that bear comes right up to him and
Touches the bow.
yeah, geez, that
Oh,
is. I
that
mean,
one.
Yep.
you get stuff like that. I mean, that viral content. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Yeah, but I don't think Clay
Hmm.
does too much more on his personal stuff. But he has the funding to go make good videos with, Warner Glenn and all his little
Oh, yeah.
documentaries are really good stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was cool when Meteor brought him on to have
Oh,
a
yeah.
little houndsman representation.
Definitely. It's definitely put houndsmen and running hounds more in the spotlight, and also with Giannis having that hound as well now.
Yeah.
I hear say Giannis has got that cat hound that he runs.
Well,
So
that last podcast they did was not the last one. You said it was the week before, but whatever one they were talking about those dire wolves.
Yeah.
But even Steve Ranella he talked real good about hounds. Like he said some stuff about them. I was kind of
Yeah, and I think he used to not be so keen on the
Well,
whole hounds.
I
He
think he
wasn't.
got a lot of slack for saying a couple things that,
Yeah.
but he was actually talking about training hounds, how everybody thinks it's easy, and you know, and then
Mhm.
he went down there with Floyd Green and did some hunting and for a while, few days, and didn't get nothing.
Yeah, they were dry, and you know, that was the only episode that Netflix wouldn't take. Was the hound hunting video or the hound hunting episode from Meat Eater?
Oh wow.
I think it was Netflix.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Is that the one
Yeah,
where
they
he-
were on Netflix.
Is that the one where he stayed in a little shack on that place?
It was down in Arizona somewhere.
It was in the desert, like, and he put a, he put a
Yeah,
little, put a
Yeah.
little
yeah,
cot
it
up.
might have been.
He's done 3 or 4 hound hunting episodes though for
Yeah.
cat hunting, and he finally got a cat, I think, on one. So
He
I'll
went
get
up
him a
north
call.
and got
I'll-
one in the snow.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was in the snow. That was the one he was in, but they had a hard time running that cat because it went to the river.
Yeah, that
There's George Lambert Sr. No, he's back. Just he went to drop a dog off at home and said he's going to try to make it back to service.
How far does he have to come to get service?
I think he's like
Quite a ways.
40 minutes, an
Wow.
hour,
and
something
and
like that.
and he is like in the only spot in the world that Starlink
Yes.
won't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
It
was
was
like a-
hilarious because we were talking about, oh, you should get Starlink. And we
Yeah.
pulled up the map. He pulled up the map and showed us where he lives. He's in the one tiny little
Yeah.
pocket
One little
where you
black
can't even
spot.
get Starlink. Yeah,
That's crazy.
crazy.
He's on 3 acres, and it's literally 3 acres of area that don't.
It's the 3 acres that we can.
Guys, I couldn't have done this 6 or 8 months ago. They just put good
Mm.
Wi-Fi through our area, and there's no cell phone service out here where we live at. I get one bar if I go out on the porch and stand with one leg up in the air and my tongue out.
Yeah, I was trying to get a guy from North Carolina on, but he said by 8 o'clock he's home and he has no service at home at all.
Well, I
Hound
drive.
hunters,
I,
all you hound.
my
hunters.
office is in town here, and I mean it's 15 miles for me to drive in here and stay. But so I can have. Now I got decent service out at the place, but it's through a dish off of a mountain. It comes and goes. It's not real
it's
consistent.
the wireless. It's the
Yeah.
You have to be in straight contact with it.
Like
Yeah, and
Houston
I mean, I
area.
can get pretty decent speed. And I could probably, if you did lives or anything, or uploading videos, it's pretty, touch and go. But
Yeah,
so
I was surprised Van Hell could get on because he had real bad service. He said where he was.
So I rented this little office. This little office rents cheap, and but I got really, really good internet.
And
Do
you
you
see all
like
the
having like a
dancers next
separate
door.
place where you can go and work separate from your home?
Yeah, because I've had an office in my house several times throughout the years. I like a place, especially like because I make the videos. It's a place where I can go and get away from everything. There's no distractions. When I'm at home, I'll sit there and I'll think, oh, I need to edit a video and start to work on it or something. Then I'll think, no, I'm going to go get those pups out and take them for a run, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that, or there's always a distraction. When I
Yeah.
come here, that's what I come here for. And that's
Nice.
it. Well, and I also get to watch, some internet movies and stuff like that.
All
I
them
still get
movies behind
sidetracked,
you.
just not as bad.
Oh, you gotta take a break every once in a while.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I
You know,
like
I've been
my office
around-
down here.
I've been around people, especially at work, and like he's on his phone and I'm editing videos. He's like, "How many times are you gonna listen to that?" Because you're just going through it. Sometimes you have to keep going through the scene and cutting it up to where you want it. And he's just like, "How do you do that?" I'm like, "Oh, you just." And one time I was actually watching one of Brett's. I think I was listening to one of the interviews or whatever, and I was editing a video. And my wife came in and was like, "What are you doing?" Mom, I'm editing. How do you watch both of those? I'm like, "Oh, I don't know."
I couldn't do
I
that.
do that too.
No, I couldn't
can't?
either.
No.
Uh-uh.
I will have like my I'll have an earbud, tucked under here, and I'll be
Mhm.
listening to a podcast while I'm editing stuff.
Mhm.
Oh, I
Um,
can't do that.
Must just be
Yeah.
the geniuses in the group that can do it.
Yeah,
I am a
Right.
genius
Smart
now.
people.
Hey,
Just-
I'm
just
up there.
ask you, huh?
I am up
Where's
there.
that? Can you put that little picture over Chris again? He's deserving it again.
No, you don't have that picture.
I do have that picture. My
Well,
wife
Brett
created that picture, brother.
That is true. Dang it.
A man that can afford an office, dogs, mules, and a second trophy wife. Whoa!
A
Coming at
second
you with some
trophy, man.
allegations.
Oh,
And I
who
can
is
afford
that?
an
Kenny
office,
Bolt.
Dogs,
Kenny
mules, and
Bolt.
a second.
Starting some
A second
controversy.
trophy wife.
Where's the first one?
She ran off with a friend of mine,
She's still a trophy wife, just not yours.
and I miss him a lot.
You miss him.
You could come over,
Yeah,
but don't
no.
bring her.
Oh well, let's don't get into wives. That's a touchy subject.
Oh,
Or kids. Chris has got how many kids you got again? Like 12?
9.
Nine.
I was shooting for the baker's dozen, but
And how
we
many
were right
wives?
just one right now. The
Yeah,
only
think-
one.
No. That's not.
Only
I'm
one
not
I
talking
love.
about at a
Oh.
time. I'm talking about
Oh.
over a period of time.
Oh, there's only 2 other wives.
Oh, but how many girlfriends then that have
Oh.
kids?
You don't want to go there.
What's your body count?
Oh, 3. 3.
Yeah, right.
3 at a
Oh
time.
man.
We were riding down the road that day, and Tammy and we were just talking about you guys, and Tammy said, "So how many kids has Chris got? Like 25?"
I don't know. How do we go from starting out this with nuts? Now we're going to ex-wives. Now we're talking about kids.
It all
There you
comes
go.
full circle.
Hmm.
It's all related one way or another.
Yeah, it's a fact. It all cause problems.
Hey, this little office that I rent's really pretty cool. And it's real cheap. It doesn't cost me much. If I was just telling my wife the other day, if a guy had to, he could get a gym membership, rent a little office like this, and live really, really cheap.
Oh, there you go. Shower at the gym.
Yeah. It would.
I seen
It's
Uh,
okay, Kenny. We started off subject. There's no subject, so
Yeah, well, this is
When are we
free for
on
all.
subject?
Yeah.
not often.
Supposed to be talking about the coon trials and then what is that? Autumn? What is that called? I don't even know what it's called.
Automotive.
Summer-
Autumn Oaks.
Yeah, autumn oaks. Supposed to be telling us about
Cool.
that there.
I'd like to
Ben.
go one of these days.
If
just to
you want me to answer, I mean,
see it.
I've
Maybe
only
we
been-
should just get a van with all
You
of
guys
our
all go up.
logos on the side of it and just go. Everybody.
Let's do
We'll
it.
just podcast like Steve Ranella does out of the van when they're driving around.
like I said, there's a whole media center, so you guys could all be set up.
Nice.
Mm.
I think it'd be fun.
We need one of the big buses, is what we need.
Mhm.
We get a big bus and have everybody's picture on the side of it. Like,
Mhm.
like, go back and watch some of the old Duck Dynasty stuff. It's like
All
Nick.
right, Nick.
Like Nick,
Nick,
says,
he's
the
coming. He's looking at it. It's going. It's going.
Nick, Where's
The
that?
Hound-
Where's that van?
The HoundTubers, and we'll just drag one of them big grills behind it on a trailer, and I'll start cooking whatever anything anybody brings up. We'll just start cooking it.
That would
There
be
you go.
amazing.
That'd be fun.
Nick, what happened to that van?
The Hound wagon?
Yeah.
Well, that was a disaster. You can read all about the Hound wagon
Oh, I
in my
did.
book, Cat
I
Dog
did.
Chronicles. Let's see. It's chapter 3, the Hound wagon and the mule. I named my current truck the Mule
Okay.
because I wanted to be cool like all you guys and have a mule, but I'm too lame to actually have a mule.
Yeah, you just build
I'm
a crown in your garage.
Don't feel bad.
I don't have a mule either.
If I lived down where you lived, I'd have a mule. Got some
Be a
steep
lot
country.
cooler if you did.
Gotta come.
No, I used to. So
Or
I've
river
just.
better.
I used to have a Chevy Astro, an all-wheel drive Chevy Astro van that I built a little dog containment. It wasn't a dog box. I It was all hacked together,
Scooby
man.
Doo van.
It was cool though, because I could haul my dogs in there, and then I had a bed platform. So if I got too tired, I could just go to sleep wherever I was. It was amazing. It was actually really nice for like deer and elk hunting. But yeah, luckily I never had a skunked dog in the van, but that was always like my biggest fear was the dogs getting skunked and then having to ride home with them inside the van. And I finally wisened up and realized that to be a hound hunter, you need a truck with a dog box. That's just what you need.
Hey now.
No, I've seen every contraption in the world put together. You don't need that.
I've been hunting out of the Subaru.
You should have built you a trap door on the back of that thing like they got for the Greyhounds where you could ride along.
Oh, yeah.
Seen a bobcat track in the snow or something, and just poof, dump them.
Mr. James Myers
Short
bragging
bus.
over here about it, that he has a short bus.
Window
I don't know if
liquor.
that's something to smell. That's something to brag
I've
about.
rode a short bus.
We don't.
Do you live in it, or can you camp in it and stuff, James?
Oh,
Oh, we have. I don't know if he's. I feel like I probably insulted him by not knowing what his YouTube channel handle was. Josh Michaelis. I don't know if he's still on, but he's been
Did he
posting
leave?
pictures of his little Chevy or Geo Tracker or whatever.
Yeah.
He's turning into a
Sort of buggy.
haunting buggy. Yeah, no, I think Jason Doobie, he rolls in one of those too.
Yep.
Just so small.
Yeah.
I feel like my
Yeah.
truck is like the perfect. It's like the next size bigger than that, but I have a full size dog box in it.
I know old Elizabeth had to take her Tacoma in and drop it off where I live, and she had to go back about 6 hours, and they didn't have a truck. So they gave her like a little Ford Focus, and I think she put 8 or 9 dogs in. Her dogs are well behaved anyways. Well behaved. But she put like 8 or 9 dogs in that Ford Focus and went 6 hours. So yeah.
Wow.
Gotta have well behaved dogs to do that.
Seriously.
You imagine getting pulled over, 8 blue ticks,
No.
your Ford Focus, whatever. It was a little car, whatever it was.
I'll shove 2 or
Hey-
3 in the back of the Subaru, but they're contained at the same point with a little barrier.
Oh yeah.
hey, I think they feel
He-
different about Subarus out there on the West Coast than we do here because Chris gives Subaru drivers a hard time. So you might want to watch how much you say Subaru on there.
So
Hey, those-
that little Subaru has
Chris will hit you hard.
I beat the tar out of that thing and it keeps on rolling. So
The
Yeah, we have a
Subarus?
lot of really dumb, very poor driving Subaru drivers out here, and they go up into they'll go up into the mountains. They think they're invincible in their little Subarus, and they get stuck like crazy. Yeah, they're a nuisance.
9 times out of 10, they can get out of it. I've been on several calls out in the snow and stuff where I take my tow truck, and I got in the car and just drove them out because they don't know how to drive.
mhm.
You know, they just put it in gear and just hammer it forward, and they don't rock it or nothing.
My
The
dad,
Subaru
They
Bratz
bring
is like an El Camino, ain't it?
yeah.
Yeah, man. That would be a cool. That would be a really cool hound rig.
Mhm.
my dad, after he retired, he delivered newspapers around here for a local newspaper, and he ran a Subaru Impreza, and it was one of the old ones to where it was 2-wheel drive, and he would put studded tires on it in the wintertime because we get some pretty good snow sometimes. He would run that. He run that car till it had probably 400,000 or 500,000 miles on it, and it finally just quit.
Wow. I like the jump seats they have in the back of the Subaru Bratz.
Right?
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
Good old hound vehicles.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've been scoping out every dog box I can find to figure out how I'm going to build mine. I finally settled in on a design for my dog box, and I bought a welder, and I'm teaching myself how to weld, damn it. And I like how the flux core, I've got a flux core welder, and I really like how it makes me feel when I huff all those fumes. It's great. Just kidding,
Oh,
of course.
well.
But
You want to feel?
He's
Well,
been
just
wa-
weld
he's
some,
been welding
weld some,
galvanized.
weld some galvanized.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
I was
weld some
practicing on
galvanized.
some
It'll make you feel better.
I actually did because I was looking around for like scrap materials. I had a little chunk of fence posts I was burning holes through. It's pretty fun.
I remember the first
But-
piece of galvanized I ever cut. I thought, how great is this? It's burning green. I mean, it's got to be just awesome for you.
Oh yeah, blue green.
Yeah.
Yeah, make you feel sick. They say to drink milk or something.
Hmm.
I just hold
Oh,
my
to like
breath.
absorb the toxins.
Yeah,
It's in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Yeah, be
Plot
careful
days, a
welding
guy
that
came in a
galvanized.
Ford Escort with the hatch cut off and a dog box built in the back. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like the people take like a Jeep Cherokee,
Yeah.
and hack it up
Yeah,
and
my
build
buddy
a
had
dog
one.
box.
I just bought a 4Runner for my daughter.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull
What-
the engine.
how
out,
old
probably
is
put
it?
Like a, it's a '93.
Oh, nice.
So probably cut the back out like they do those Jeeps. Build something out of it. Put a V8 in it or something, or a Cummins. I want to put a Cummins
There
in
you
it.
go.
Why stop at a
Cool.
V8 when you put a Cummins in it?
Exactly.
Chris, I'll send you a picture. I got a buddy that took a Jeep Cherokee and cut a Comanche in half and
Oh,
made like a crew cab Comanche out of it. You talk about a pretty cool looking vehicle, but that's what we told him. It's bound to take a 10-acre field to turn that thing.
Hmm. Very long wheelbase then.
Oh, it's huge. Well, that's what I mean. Think about it. He literally cut the Jeep Cherokee off right behind the back four doors. Right behind the back doors, and fixed the cab on it with what he had of the Comanche cab. Made a cab back on it, and then added the frame rail and stuff to it to lengthen it out long enough to put the Comanche bed on it. It's long.
Wow, it's impressive.
It's
Guys?
cool looking, though.
I'm gonna have to bug out on you.
gonna fall asleep
All right,
on
Mr.
this.
Close
Brett.
to my-
Thanks for
yeah,
joining.
it's been. Yeah, thank you for doing this. Do it again.
And
No, Brett.
I
for
enjoyed it.
everyone
Brett didn't have to do
listening, are we-
nothing, did he?
Nope.
What's that? What'd you
Brett
say,
just got
Nicholas?
the kickback today.
Are we going? Oh, I guess
I
Ben jumped off
Ben
too.
Cheap.
Are
I think
you
it's
going to
internet.
be? You're doing this on your channel next week, correct?
Probably not. If you want to
Oh.
do it again,
Are you rescheduled?
be in. I've got no. Yeah, don't get me started. There, that's before when I was on the telephone with my wife. It was, I think it was before we went live. The doctor. I'm supposed to go to Texas this weekend and help babysit my grandkids, and I had to get permission from the stinking doctor. And then they asked where I was going, how long I was going to be gone. Don't do anything strenuous. Don't do anything stressful. Don't. Yeah. So it's that bad. Take care of me right now. Don't.
Seriously.
So that now
Most
they
of
got
your
me
stress is
rescheduled
coming
for the.
from the doctor.
Yeah. So now they have me rescheduled for the 25th of December. So I got to wait that long.
I was gonna say he's stressing you out more than anything.
He is. And so, yes. I don't know.
Well, we've got-
It's
We've got you
It's,
on prayer with the church.
thank you. I appreciate that. I just get so frustrated because there's things I want to do
Heck
that might
yeah.
be strenuous. So
Yeah.
Tell him I've got to have you better by the middle of October.
there you go. There you go. And see, we're gonna have conflict with that too, because I didn't realize my grandson has a rifle elk tag for 16B, which is like premium elk country.
Wow.
And I got to see when it starts. I think it's the end of October.
I wish
So-
I could find a cow tag for why I'm out there, but from what I've seen, everything's sold. When I
Arizona,
look-
over the
when I
counter, right there on the border.
Well, when I look on the website, it says that there's nothing available.
Arizona,
In Arizona.
Oh, in Arizona, you're talking about
right there on the border, New Mexico.
How much
think it only
longer?
takes-
How much longer it take me to drive from?
I think it
From
only
there
takes
to
4
there.
hours to drive from. across it.
Yeah,
New
about
Mexico.
four and a half hours.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be that far. I mean,
St. John's,
go out of,
Arizona.
you're going to be in Capitan there, so you can cut out of Capitan, straight down through, come out. That's Socorro and through Magdalena and Daddle, and then bam, you're in Arizona.
I wonder how much a cow tag cost me in Arizona.
Over the counter, it might be, I want to say $150, 300, 150 or 300. I'd have to look it up for out-of-stater. Cost me, no, it's more. It's probably 300 because it cost me 135.
So you'd have to pinpoint me a good area to go because it'd have to be a quick trip.
Yeah, I got to see. I'd have to check which area is open right now.
I'd have to take that 300 Win Mag out there and knock me a cow down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys.
All right, Brett.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for joining. See you
We'll
later.
See you next time. Don't say anything too bad about me when I leave.
All righty.
All right, guys. Now he's gone.
It's not
What
fun
should
to
we
talk
say
about
about
him. It's not fun to talk about him when he's not here.
There we go. No.
All righty. Well, I probably got to get going too. My dogs are going nuts.
That bear behind me. I treat that bear and we didn't shoot it.
Good job.
That looks like a chocolate brown
It
color
is.
bar.
Yeah.
I'm like Uncle Don. I gotta have my tea glass.
There's some res hound. The res hound says there's some cow tags there.
Oh, does he?
Mm-hmm.
There you
How
go.
much are those, Calvin? I thought those were $300. Maybe I'm wrong.
Is he close to the border?
Well, he's in New Mexico, and I don't know what areas over there he has, but that covers like
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's in New Mexico, and he says there's cow tags available on the res.
$300. Mm-hmm.
I'd go hug Calvin's neck if he dropped me a
I think
penny.
that's the same drive, 3-4 hours up north. How far are you from El Capitan?
I'm going to be in El Capitan's kind of up north, though. I mean, well, it's kind of like in the center of the state.
Yeah, I don't know.
Eastern center part of the state.
There's Ben.
All right, I don't know. My Wi-Fi decided to crap on me. So
Yeah, mine's been glitching
worries.
real bad.
We thought you
November
just wanted to talk
11th
to
to the
Brett.
19th.
And since Brett was leaving, you were just jumping off.
yep.
Yeah, maybe. Well, Brett left because Ben left. November 11th to the 19th.
Oh, yeah. I won't be there then. I'll have to come home before that. I'll have to replan that. I'll have to come out maybe and cow hunt with you sometime or something. Get you taking cow hunting.
I got it out my back door.
We'll do that. We'll shoot
March, April, May. Well, you can get a bull tag. One of them's bull and cow.
I ain't got nowhere to hang one of them big heads. I just want the meat and
We'll get a spike.
Oh.
Yeah.
Be tender eating, plus I'd have some horns and get a little bit of ivory.
I killed a spike. Actually, I passed the game warden. Then I seen a spike and I shot it. And then the game warden said, "Oh, I was going to shoot that, but I didn't know who you were." I said, "I didn't know who you were until I passed you, and then I shot it." But it had a bum. They had this thing is a spike. It's a spike. When I skinned him out, he had a 500 grain slug in his elbow and in his spine, almost above his shoulder blade.
Holy cow!
So that thing had been there since, I don't know who tried to shoot at him the year before, but his horns probably only, antlers about that big. So, because he only a foot spike on him this year, or the last of the year. So he wasn't very big. So whoever shot at him tiny. He lived. Them elk are tough.
Slug like a shotgun slug?
No, it's black powder.
Oh, okay.
It
Wow.
was a black powder, like a 500 grain lead. It was just a big chunk of lead, is all it was. Wasn't even a hollow point. So, yep.
Crazy. All right. Well, let's wrap things up here. Chris, what do we have to look forward from you on Anecdote of a Houndsman?
I'm going to try to get one out this weekend, just my bear hunt from this last weekend. And then I got dove season. We have like 100 people that come out to our place.
Oh, no way.
Maricopa. Yeah. So
Crazy.
yeah, some Discount Tire people, some Sun State people, just a bunch of people we've known. We've been doing it for like 30 years.
Wow.
Cool. It's got like a big field or something or what?
We got a nursery that we
Okay.
hunt, big tree nursery, but it caught fire this year. So,
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I think the farmer insurance, my opinion, but they the doves are still flying over there though. Yeah, but there's lion in there. The one side's 300 acres, the other side's like 1,100 acres, but it's all palm trees and Palo Verdes mesquite. It's just packed full. But I used to do a lot of coon hunting in there. But have you guys ever treed coons in a palm tree?
No.
Oh my God, you
No.
can't see them. You can't see them.
Just get on top of them and
Oh yeah, they lay right up in that. Just even you think it's palm trees? No, they bury themselves in there, and they're hard to see. Usually, what we'll do is we'll light them up, and they'll hide, and we'll tap that tree until they get nervous and look at you or something. Just like a bear, you tap that tree, get them to move around.
Almost like a pine tree.
But them palm trees are hard to hunt in.
I bet. Crazy.
So and there's a lot of, but there's javelina in there, there's deer in there, there's been mountain lion in there. So
Are you going to film the dove hunt?
yeah, I probably will. I
You
did
should.
last year a
I
little
want
bit.
to see that.
Yeah, I did it last year. If you go on, look, I think I have a dove hunting from last year.
Cool.
But I got more cameras this time and kind of pretend I know what I'm doing now.
Nice.
There you go.
So,
I was
but
gonna
I
say-
get hunting. So
I was going to say, you said the doves were still flying. From what my understanding, doves they still eat burnt seed.
no, I mean, well, it just burnt down like last month.
Well, see, they will. There's a wheat field here on some game management land,
Mm-hmm.
and the bears hit that wheat field all to pieces. But they're going to burn it just before dove season to keep the bear out of it, because the bear won't eat it once they burn it. And the doves will still come in, and the dove hunters have got a
I bet.
big wheat field to hunt around.
Every time I cut them open, I see all kinds of stuff. They eat everything. Everything. Tiny little microscopic black seeds to. We got a lot of cantaloupe fields out there, so they'll be full of the cantaloupe seeds too. So,
Huh.
yeah, and it's it's good hunting area. Really good.
Sounds
hunting
like
area. So
What about
I
you,
make
Johnny? What you got going on?
Probably just get yelled at by Brett again.
Yeah, typical.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
I'll try to come. Like I said, I've got one that I need to do a voiceover on, a small video, and I'm really can't wait till some hunting seasons open up around here. There have been a few things I've contemplated doing. Wouldn't mind to go get what we call a groundhog. Wouldn't mind to try to do a groundhog cooking video, because a lot of people won't eat it, but
Yeah.
So you call it a groundhog. What do other people call it?
maybe a woodchuck.
Oh, okay. Huh. Just a little rodent.
Yeah, they're rodent burrows underground. They get pretty good size, but the younger ones are the best eating.
They're the
Interesting.
size of a raccoon.
Yeah. Whistle pig.
Yep.
Okay. Right on. And Mr. Ben, you're heading out to Autumn Oaks. You got any podcasts coming up?
Podcast right before I hopped on. That's why I was a couple minutes late. I was uploading that, so that'll drop at midnight tonight.
Cool.
And then I'm headed to Autumn Oaks on Wednesday.
You driving or
Awesome.
flying?
Driving. It's like an 8.5, 9-hour drive.
Oh, where are you at?
Okay.
Southeast PA.
Oh, gotcha.
And it's in Indiana. So go across. Well, for me, it's easier to dip down into Maryland, go through West Virginia, come up into PA, and then across Ohio over to Indiana.
That's
Right on.
simple. That's simple.
That's simple.
Cool.
What about you,
And,
Nicholas?
I'm going to have a series of videos that I'm going to be making about building my dog box, and it should be high entertainment value because I don't know how to weld, but I'm going to try to weld a dog box.
Just
um,
record it all.
You should check out Overland Under Budget. Now, granted, he
Okay.
built this whole like camper for the back of his Toyota, but
Okay.
basically he taught himself how to fabricate.
Nice.
And
yeah.
so like his stuff now, like it's professional because he's gotten really good at it. But
Nice.
early stuff,
I'll check that out.
like I said, it's an overlanding channel, but he kind of taught himself how to fabricate stuff for his truck.
That's cool.
Kind of
That's
the
what
same,
I'm all about that.
same vein,
Nice.
That's what my daughter does. The one that jumped in the video. She's a welder.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, really?
And
Cool.
well, she wasn't a welder. She's welded at the house, but I took a guy bear hunting, and she was moving in this area, And I called him and said, "Hey, you got anything? Yeah, send her over." And because she's 5 foot tall, they hired her like that, and she certified to weld in 2 weeks.
No way.
So
That's awesome.
yeah, like the fastest in the company. But she got hired because she's small. Most of your welders are 6 foot,
Oh.
300-pound guys trying to crawl in a little hole. So she gets to do all that welding in the corners and under and in and out. So
I'm sure.
Confined
Yep.
space.
How are those blue tick pups doing? They're doing good. Right now they're screaming their heads off because they want me to feed them. But man, I'm really excited. Yeah, our Bobcat pursuit season starts in a couple of days here. And yeah, I'm going to be hitting the woods hard. And I'm really excited to see how they do this year. They're like a year and 3 months right now, or a year and 4 months. But I love these dogs, man. They're super easy to handle, tons of drive, and yeah, we're gonna see if we can get them on some cats this year.
good deal.
So yeah, thanks for asking. And that's all I got going on. I'm gonna upload this. If I can figure out how to download it, I think I can download it off of YouTube.
It's
but I
being
didn't record it.
broadcast on it, but
No,
I think I can. I don't know. It'll be on. I'm gonna add it to the podcast, my podcast playlist on my channel, and so now those podcasts on YouTube, they're actually going to be available in the YouTube Music app. So you can go and listen. If you don't want to sit there and watch it, you can just listen to it in the music app. So that's
Can
kind
you
of cool.
download 'em?
I think you can download them offline.
like
For
an
offline
RSS feed.
listening.
Mhm.
I think so. Yeah, it's a new feature on YouTube. So I need to learn more about that. But yeah, I'm gonna try to put this stream up on the podcast, and
Cool.
yeah, I'm trying to get George on a podcast episode because I need to pick his brain about how he hunts bears. So
Good.
all the time,
Be a good one.
all
Yeah.
the time. That's how
just
he
go
hunts them all the
every
time.
day. Just hunt
Yeah.
every day, and you'll be good.
Yeah.
Hey, I do have some kind of exciting news for me, I think.
Oh, cool.
Because, I've been in this less than a year.
Yep.
And like Brett said, what was the word?
Consistency.
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 I've not been, ultimately consistent, but of course, I think being with you guys have helped me out a lot too. But, and I just got another subscriber a while ago, and I'm sure it has something to do with this podcast tonight because it popped up on my phone there. But I'm now less than 80 subscribers away from hitting 1,000.
Cool.
Awesome.
Me, I think that's pretty cool, because I'm,
Heck yeah.
it'll be like a year in December. So,
That's great.
before last time I looked at it earlier today, I think it was 922. And I know that I added at least one because it don't always tell you when you add one, but I know I added at least one subscriber tonight. So
Awesome, man.
I'm like 25 away.
So we're racing.
I'm
We're
like
racing. We're
600
racing.
away.
Anybody listening, me and Chris is racing. I need help. Hit me up.
Yeah,
I got
subscribe to everybody.
I got soap. I got soap I can give away.
Ooh.
If I
I
get
got
a
a bunch
buyer,
of-
if I can get a buyer this year, I'll render some stuff. So I'm trying.
Yeah.
I've got to hit my buddy up again. He said he was going to save me the fat off his beef briskets that he fixed, and he fixed
Oh, yeah. Any fat.
several weeks. So I was going to try to do some rendering of it too. So.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's head out of here. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll catch you all next time.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Sounds good. Stay safe, guys.